Shall we bring her out?
Why not? Here she is.
Big movie stars appearing on Broadway. Here's Kathleen Turner, everybody.
Good morning. I'm so glad you got there last night.
You were great. You were absolutely great.
How are you?
Great.
How are you guys? All right.
I sat there.
Morning.
I watched you work and scream and rant and rave over this.
Yeah, the character is a bit over the top, but, you know, Cocteau said he didn't believe that there was any such thing as excess. He said, I am excess.
You are excess, yes. So is that an actor's delight?
I take him literally.
Is that an actor's delight to have that kind of stuff written in? Yeah, you can really...
Oh, absolutely. Well, Yvonne, the reason I wanted to try this character, Yvonne, we named the family LeBoeuf just for fun. They didn't...
The beef.
Yeah, he never gave her a last name, so we decided that we would call them LeBoeuf. Anyway, it's because she really, you know, she goes from the depths of depression into all. She carries a great deal of humor to play, and then brings it back down to a tragic level. And it's really such a range. You just...
my detecting, she's still in character.
Excuse me.
Kathleen Turner is still in character.
No. Well, it depends on what I'm doing, yes.
Yes, sure. And when you made Body Heat, you were one hot babe, I'll bet, huh?
You know what? I still remember that's the first time we met. It was in Good Morning L.A. or something.
Yes.
And I will never forget that in the commercial breaks, you would turn to the audience and he'd go, Body Heat. I was like,
was I doing that? How stupid and infantile. That wasn't me. That was some other guy pretending to be me.
He still does it.
Oh, Body Heat was a very effective movie. Come on, you and her together up there, sparks were flying.
Well, the sexiest scene, you both had all of your clothes on.
Yeah, I agree.
That's the irony.
I absolutely agree, yeah.
And you were standing behind that glass, and he cracked right through the glass to get to you.
I know. I can't tell you how many garden doors I've lost since then.
What was it like auditioning for that particular?
Oh, terrific. You know, Larry Kasdan directed and wrote that, and it was his first film as well, which was heaven for me, because I got to follow him around and say, why? You know, and he was saying, why to the cameraman. So we were getting this instant lesson in how to do film.
It worked. Boy, it worked.
Yeah, but he was, when we first went into audition, you know, dressed to the nines with my highest heels and my sleekest, tightest dress, and, you know, made up to the hilt, and tried to sashay my way around the office, you know. Then they called me back, and really quite unexpectedly, and I was in blue jeans and a T-shirt, and I said, well, hell, you know. So then I went in and I just stretched out on the couch. I just thought, I'm going to look like I'm completely comfortable here. Of course, inside I'm like, yeah. Anyway,
you're a good actress, though.
Yeah, well, that's part of the job, I guess. Anyway, so it was lovely, actually, because Larry called me back in. He wanted me to read a passage that he hadn't read by anyone, and read it cold. And I said, all right, and read it. Just, you know, he just handed me the paper, and he said, I never thought I would hear that out loud exactly as I hear it in my head. And I thought, oh, lovely.
Yeah, that was music to his ears. Yeah. We're going to pause. We'll come right back with more of Kathleen Turner. Kathleen Turner, our guest today, appearing on Broadway in Indiscretions. But you're not from New York originally, are you?
No, I was born in Missouri, very close to where y'all are.
Branson, yeah.
Yeah. Right, down I was born in Springfield.
Yeah.
Yeah, Missouri. So you'll have to go through there.
Exactly right. We are landing in Springfield.
Yeah, I've never seen so many private planes in my life anymore. When I go home, it's private plane city now.
All the planes, all the folks going to Branson.
So it's not easy to get to Branson.
Well, no, as far as I know, they've still got just a 2-lane highway.
That's right.
I think,
still there.
I think you can resign yourself to some time on the road.
You're going to be in a car with Cody and Cass for about 6 more hours.
We'll talk about that.
Yeah.
So you came to New York from Missouri and
No,
Maryland.
actually, my father was a diplomat. So I grew up mostly in South America, in Canada, in Washington, D.C., and his last post was in London. And that's where I started, you know, that's where I really fell in love with theater. And
they cherish theater there.
Well, it's just, you know, it's so much more a part of life. It's so much more respected as a profession.
It's so much more affordable.
You know, they still think, I think many people still think actors are some kind of accident, that we were still discovered on drugstores on benches somewhere. Like,
yeah, sure.
I mean,
So
not
what was
like
your first...
overnight successes after 20 years of work. But
what was your first night like here in New York City? Were you alone? Were you
actually,
terrified?
I drove up around 3 o'clock in the morning from Baltimore. I'd taken my last year at the University of Baltimore, and you know, I'd finished class, and had some drinks with some friends, loaded up the car, and said, send me the diploma, you know, and took off. So I arrived in New York around 3 or 4 in the morning, and I had a friend that I was going to crash with that night until I could find my own place, but she had suddenly been reunited with her boyfriend, so I ended up sleeping in my car, you know,
poor baby.
up on the East 80s, you know. Well, I mean, God, would you do that today? I mean, sleep in your car, I'd be terrified. You know, but in those days, what the heck, you know? Anyway, and I had exactly $100, which was the most money I'd ever had in cash in my hand at one time in my life. So I thought
You
I was
felt
rich.
rich. Yeah.
You bet I was, you know. So then the next day I went and got a job, you know, in an employment, temporary employment service. Then I was off Broadway, I guess, off Broadway, I guess, after 5 months. And I got a soap opera after 9 months, and I was on Broadway by 11 months.
Wow, that's progress.
Yeah, it doesn't happen that often.
Well, the Doctors was the soap, right? The Doctors, yeah. Well, you know, the Doctors spawned a couple of great people. Alec Baldwin, I think, was one member of that
missed
cast
him by a couple of weeks.
Did you? Yeah.
I ran screaming, actually. I could not handle it anymore. I really couldn't. It was you know, really the killer was I was doing this character who, you know, got pregnant, and she was from the wrong side of the tracks and married rich or whatever. And of course, we accelerate the pregnancy on TV, right?
Yeah,
so,
sure.
So we have a graduating pad, so it lasts maybe 4 months. I don't know. Which I wish. Well, never mind. Anyway, but don't you?
Yeah.
Anyway, so we were in dress rehearsal, and one thing the Doctors did very, very well was all the medical kind of stuff, you know. And they got me tied down to this bloody table and IV stuff, you know. And I'd done my Lamaze training, you know. I'd researched, you know, giving birth. And the producer, of course, who was a man, came out and said, I can really feel what you're going through. I said, can you? And he said, yes, but could you just be a little more attractive? And I said, I'm out of here. I'm sorry, I am out of here. This is not acting. I cannot do this anymore. So
and then on to Broadway, and then on to, as we say, a fabulous movie career.
Yeah.
But this play is I think, an actor's dream, don't you? I mean,
oh God, yes. It truly is. I mean, it's melodrama, it's farce, it's comedy, it's tragedy, and it's you know, things we condescend very much, I think, to the audience these days. We write things very simplistically. We let them know when a joke is coming. You know, we say, okay, ready? Yeah, or you know. This was written in 1938, and if you don't get it, come along with us. We'll try catch up.
Yeah.
And that is just, it's grand for both of us. I mean, once the audience starts, and by the fourth scene of the first act, when they start to get the plot developing,
you can sense it from them.
Oh, it's such a delight. They just all get so tickled. Yeah, and we're so tickled, they're so tickled. And it's just grand.
And you wonder how it's going to end, and I think most people are surprised by the ending. I'm not going to give it here. Don't want to talk about it.
I want to see that.
Ethel Barrymore Theater on Broadway. Kathleen Turner, Roger Reese, Eileen Akins. Who's the young man?
Jude Law.
Jude Law's terrific, yeah.
And Cynthia Nixon.
Yes. All right, I recommend it. Thank you so much.